Hello, hello, it's probably Sharon. Welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to do some really quick labels for your junk journal using actual junk. So for instance, we get these postcard type things in the mail almost every day. They're kind of cardstock-ish and they are heavy enough, I feel like, to make labels out of them for your junk journal. And if you just take little pieces of these different postcards, you can make some pretty cool labels that add some, interest and character to your journals. So when you get something like this, just kind of scan it. I mean, you could even, make a label out of this disclaimer part at the bottom. That's so, the fine print down there, and then maybe put a flower stamp or something like that to jazz it up. And I was excited when I got this postcard. I don't know this lady, but I was excited when I got this because I'm like, that font is cool. The stripes are cool. The flower's cool. There's a lot I can use on this. I mean, even if it's not labels, I can use a lot on this. So, and this one. So I could make a giant label out of that number there. I mean, that's just something you would normally throw away. So, I mean, just have your eyes open. Take a look at the stuff that's coming in through your mail, and you can really make some cool stuff with free stuff that you would normally just chuck in the trash. Another thing is the business envelopes. A lot of times they have some really cool designs, security envelopes, sorry, that's what it's called. Open them up once in a while and just take a look at the patterns that are on the inside, because you can use that. You can make labels out of that, or different pieces of bits and pieces for your junk journal. And I mean, I don't know if you're this way, but sometimes I'll be making clusters, and a lot of my stuff that I have is like tea dyed, coffee dyed. I've used vintage photo around the edges, and when I go to put it together, it's like all camouflaged together. So sometimes it's nice to pop a little bit of color in there just to kind of break up things. So I also want to show you, I have this, I got this on Amazon. I think it was around $5. It's simple stamps. These are a good size for your junk journals. They're not too big, they're not too small, they're just right. So I'm going to put the link for this below if you're interested. Like I said, it was like $5, and it has quite a few. They're just perfect size. There's also, I mean, I know Tim Holtz has some that are really, quite big. There's a big variety of sizes. This stamp set, which is CMS 396 from Tim Holtz and Stampers Anonymous, it has a couple on there too. This is a good set if you're starting out. You've got numbers, you've got words, it has a lot of good stuff when you're starting out, or even if you're not starting out. I mean, I use this one probably more than any of my other stamp sets, and I just love it. There's just a good mix of stuff. So if you can find this one, I would encourage you to get it. Let's start off using one of these postcards, okay? I'm going to use this one because I was so excited when I got it. I'm not going to do the whole page because I feel like once I do a couple, you'll get it. And we don't want this video to be like crazy long. So I'm just going to get my little stamper block. And I'm starting out with one that's quite long and thin. I can just kind of place that different places, kind of see what it's going to look like. I would encourage you also to use a permanent ink when you're working on these flyers, because there is a little bit of shine and slickness to it, and the distress ink might have trouble penetrating it. It might not dry completely. So keep that in mind. The permanent ink is probably best. So I'm just going to use this one here. It's black. And we'll do a couple labels. I mean, this would be cool. Oh, I went off the edge. Wonder if I can still make that work. We'll do another one. And I'm just going to hold it there for a few seconds just to help that ink seep into the paper. And you also have to be careful of it sliding. I mean, look, this isn't going to dry immediately. I don't know if you can see the shine on it, but it's still wet. So it's going to take a minute to kind of dry. So we'll just do a few on here. I might get a different size stamp. Let's see. I mean, I could have done them right next to each other. Bam, bam, bam. I'm just trying to kind of mix it up a little bit using different parts. Let's see. Let's maybe use... Let's use this one. Now, I don't think I'm going to cut all of these out on camera. That would take a while. Let's see. What would that look like? Kind of like that. Gotta say. A little green in there. So I might be speeding this up while I am holding it there for 4 or 5 seconds, but I'm probably going to speed that up because you don't want to sit there and wait for the ink to seep in. So we don't want to take up too much of your day today. Okay, so there's a few on that one. I'm just going to set that one aside for a second. And let's take a look. Let's do this one. So I do want to show you that you don't need this. You don't need the border stamps. If you don't have them, you can still make labels. And they look just as good as having the stamps. Plus, you can make them whatever size you want, really. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get, I'll just use this. You can just use any straight edge, like a ruler or something, but this is what I have close. I am going to make a border around this number with a Sharpie. Okay, so yeah, just a Sharpie or any, black marker or whatever color marker, really. If you have something with a chisel tip, marker with a chisel tip, you can make a thicker border. This one's going to be quite thin. I should have used the chisel tip because this does have it. Yeah, the chisel tip, if you don't know, is the one that looks like this. Chisel shape, wider. That would give us, of course, a bigger border. Okay, so basically, all you do is cut around the outside of the border, and then you have a label. I will cut this out really quick. Okay, so I definitely wish that I would have used the chisel tip because that is really a thin line to try to cut across. And get a little vintage photo and put it around the edge. And like I said, this might have trouble drying because this is a little bit, slick and shiny. Slightly, it's not super. Kind of dirty it up a little bit. I mean, doesn't that look awesome? Looks great for a junk journal. It's large. I like to put large words and large numbers frequently in my junk journals. If you've watched my channel, you've probably seen that. But yeah, so that's an awesome one. And I did not need any stamps to do that, right? Just a marker and some scissors and a ruler. Then there you go. So that's easy peasy. Okay, so there's a lot of other stuff I could use from this card, but like I said, I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm actually going to go back to this one that we did, and I'm going to cut out some of these. Okay, I cut out a few of those and see how cool they look. I mean, you could add those to clusters or just to your pages, pockets, tags, whatever. And that's just from junk mail, stuff that was going to be thrown away. And it's interesting. You look at it and go, I wonder what that said, or I wonder what that was. And I think if you can spark that in somebody's imagination, you know, where they're wondering, what is that? Where did it come from? What does it say? I think you've done your job. Okay, I've also just cut out a little square out of that same postcard. And I'm going to show you without even, this is another way that you can make a little label if you don't have a stamp. This is just, it cuts the flat edges. I know it's yellow and it's hard to see, but it does different flat edges on corners. You can just clip the little corners and then just do some inking around the edge. And see, there you go. You have a cute little label with a little border around it to add to your junk journal. It's pretty easy. All right. Let's see. Let's look at the carnival one. See if there's anything on here we might want to do. Like I said, you could do something in the disclaimer. Even this postage paid thing, that might be cool for a label. I think I always put a little image or something over here. Make it a little more interesting. I mean, you could cut the word time out. That would be a good little label for your junk journal too. For this guy. I'm teasing. I'm not going to use this guy. So I don't know if he had maybe a handlebar mustache, a top hat, a monocle, maybe a cigar, I would totally use it. But he's not old-timey enough for my label. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, you could cut the words out, make labels just with the words themselves. I'll cut this one out really quick. Okay, I have that one cut out. And I'm just going to use a little flower stamp that came with this set of label borders. I'm going to do sepia archival ink and just make a little flower on there so it's not so blank on that one side. This is the first time I've used this stamp, so I hope I didn't condition it. I didn't think about it before I started slapping it into the ink. There we go. It's going to be wet for a minute. But see, that's a cute little label. Free and easy. All right, let's take a look at the business envelope, the security envelope. Okay, so this is kind of blank. There's no letters and words and all that stuff. So this is a perfect time for me to do a quick little review. I got these alphabet stamps that click together. I have not opened it and used it yet. I thought it would be a good time to do it. First time usage review on this. I just got it on Amazon, and I will put the link below if you are interested. I do have alphabet stamps, but they're like individual, and it's hard to get them straight. You know, when you're doing one letter at a time, it's kind of hard. So put that aside. Okay, what word do we want to do? And I want to make sure it will fit in one of these stamp labels. So maybe this long one like we were using before. How many letters will fit in that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was 7 letters. Let's do, how about imagine? So these just pop apart. I know how to spell, I promise. Okay, trying to hurry through that. Did I spell that right? Trying to hurry through that. I kind of made a mess of my little alphabets over here. So I'll just clean that up later. All right, so I'm going to use, we do black. Let's do sepia. So I'm going to do the letter first. I guess you could do the outline first. Probably doesn't matter. Oh, I didn't condition it. I'm rubbing it on my arm. Rubbing it on my hands. Oh, not that hard. It'll come apart. Yeah, when stamps are new, you want to kind of condition them, and just rubbing them on your hands or whatever when they're brand new, in your arms or whatever, can kind of help the ink to stick to it better. I don't know why. That's just how it is. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this into my sepia permanent ink. Just hold it there for a few seconds so the ink can make its way into that paper. Ah, how beautiful. How perfect and beautiful is that? Okay, awesome. I think I'm going to do the border in sepia as well. I might as well. And I'm just going to try to center that. So it's the nice thing about these outline stamps for the labels is they are clear. So when you put them on your stamping block, you can see through them. Whereas like the red ones, like the Tim Holtz ones I showed you, you can't see through them. So if you're trying to center something, it'll be a little hard. And I'm having a hard time doing this because the camera is directly above it. So let me. Oh, it could have centered that a little bit better. There's a little space on the end, but that looks really awesome. Let's cut it out. So yeah, I guess I will say these little Pegz stamp alphabet things are pretty cool. I'll put a link for those below in case you're interested in those as well. So there we go. There's another label we can put to a junk journal. And I'm sure in the future I will do another video on maybe making clusters using these. So you can kind of see how to use them in a junk journal. I'm not going to go on anymore because I feel like you got the point. You can see what I'm doing with the junk mail and stuff. I don't feel like I need to make this video any longer than this. So thank you for staying until the end. Please like and subscribe. I'll be back shortly with another video, and I'll see you in the comments. Thanks, guys.